Good morning, St. Maarten. I'm Yesenia Lassero.
And I'm also Lawrence.
And welcome to another edition of St. Maarten News Desk.
Brought to you by TV15.
We're bringing the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
It's the beginning of the week. Let's dive into those top headlines.
Police are investigating two unrelated shootings that took place over the weekend in St. Maarten, highlighting the continued threat of illegal firearms. The first occurred late Saturday night, June 7th, around 11 p.m. near a club in Oyster Pond. Officers responded quickly but found no victims or suspects. No one reported injuries to the hospital and the case remains open. The second happened Sunday morning, June 8th, just after 8 a.m. in Kupakoi, following a traffic crash between a scooter and a van. The scooter rider allegedly fired at the van's rear tires before fleeing towards the border. No injuries were reported. KPSM is urging the public to share any information related to these incidents or illegal firearms by calling 542-2222 or anonymously via 9300. Public cooperation remains vital to keeping the community safe.
The Ministry of Finance has released the official 2025 tax tables offering clear guidelines for employers and employees on accurate tax calculations, withholdings, and filings. This step is part of the ministry's push to restore predictability and transparency to the tax system. With the correct tables now in hand, employers can avoid over or under withholding, and employees can better manage their obligations throughout the year. Although tax tables are ideally issued before the new year begins, delays caused by backlogs meant that the 2023 tables were only released in December 2024, followed by the 2024 tables in March 2025. The 2025 publication now brings the ministry up to date. Minister of Finance, the Honorable Marinka Gumbs, says this marks progress in closing administrative gaps and improving public access to tax information. She also emphasized plans to publish the 2026 tax tables on time before the year begins. The Ministry of VSR's Division of Labor Affairs and Social Services will host a free employment permit workshop on Wednesday, June 25th from 4 to 5:30 p.m. at the Government Administration Building in Conference Rooms 1 and 2. The session will guide employers through the employment permit application process, focusing on legal compliance, permit requirements, renewals, and real-life scenarios. A Q&A segment will follow. Honorable Minister Burke stressed the importance of employers understanding proper procedures to ensure faster processing and transparency. The workshop is free, open to all businesses with registration at the door. Early arrival is advised due to limited seating. For more information, contact Labor Affairs at stmartingov.org or call 1-721-542-3542.
This Friday, June 13th, 2025, St. Maarten will mark the 40th anniversary of Flag Day with a school-centered celebration at Lennell Connor School in K-Bay. The day begins at 8:30 a.m. with a patriotic school parade starting at Market Garden Supermarket near Billy Folly Road and ending at the school grounds. Though not a public holiday, Flag Day focuses on youth engagement and national pride, with this year's event featuring over 700 students and teachers from Lennell Connor School, Sister Regina, and Seventh-day Adventist schools representing the Simpson Bay, Cole Bay, and K-Bay districts. Highlights include a flag hoisting ceremony, cultural performances, and speeches from invited guests. Performers include King Bobo, Elismo, DJ Polly, and youth artists like Junior Calypso King Jojo and first runner-up Princess Peterson. The St. Maarten flag, designed by Roselle Richardson and adopted in 1985, continues to serve as a symbol of national unity, In the lead up to June 13th, government buildings will display the national colors. Minister of Education, Culture, Youth and Sports, the Honorable Melissa Gums, encourages all residents and businesses to proudly display the flag and observe proper flag etiquette.
Hey there, it's Mizzy with a Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, St. Martin, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us. Don't forget to follow NewsDesk on Facebook for your daily Sunshine Report. So as you enjoy the rest of your day, stay safe, stay friendly, Sunshine City.
All right, we have this. This is now Barbara in the Eastern Pacific. This area, watching in the Western Caribbean, a slightly higher chance this area develops. I want to show you if it'll lift to the north or swing to the west. Plus, a new round of dust coming in. On top of that, some tropical waves coming in. And then to the north, a significant severe weather threat back through the U.S. But look at this flare up overnight. You see these brighter colors? That's telling me we have taller clouds. In those taller clouds, there's more moisture. My biggest concern, my number one concern as we get into the week ahead is the flood threat as we get back through parts of Central America. It is going to be significant. Mudslides will be a potential. Rivers will be on the rise. And then we'll see the dust that will be moving in. I'll show you the dust day by day in a moment. And look at this, the tropical Atlantic. Here we are, Barbados, Trinidad, St. Lucia. This is starting to bubble up. No signs of development out here, but you see a little more activity, a sign we're starting to get deeper into the season. Ahead of it, though, there is a big swath of dust. But once that moves by, we need to keep an eye on this because while this won't develop initially, this will start to increase the moisture back into the Caribbean. First thing is first, my biggest concern, as I mentioned, the flood threat building. I'll show you the computer models on Barbara in just a moment, but here are these tropical waves that are sliding in. We're going to see some moisture, but mainly to the south because to the north we have that swath of dust that is headed our way. There's so many pieces this time of year to put together. Just know that I'm working hard behind the scenes to watch everything for you. Now, as we work our way into our Monday tomorrow, you see that rain building. Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, lots of rain. Spotty storms possible. Cuba, Haiti, the DR back through Jamaica. There's the rain, Guyana and Suriname, Trinidad. It's going to be a close call the next couple days because the rain is going to battle some of the dust, but we should see some showers, especially by Tuesday, trying to squeak in. But by Tuesday, the rain continues in parts of Central America, and eventually some of this will start to feed toward Belize and the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, where a lot of us have been on the drier side. So let's go out in time here further, and then I'll show you that European model. This is by Thursday. All the models, the Canadian model, the German model, are agreeing on the buildup of rain. And then eventually, once the dust lessens, you see that rain sneaking in near St. Vincent the Grenadines, Grenada, Trinidad. Now this area here, does it shift more to the west or does it lift to the north? As it stands now, biggest concern, again, the flooding. That's going to happen. A little more likely it shifts to the west. This model, though, does want to develop this a little bit sooner and bring it to the north. If this area can develop early, it would be a little bit more likely to lift to the north. So this is a potential by next weekend that we could have a lot of rain building in the Western Caribbean, and then eventually by the following week, so look how far out in time we are, right? This is June 16th. That rain lifts to the north and then would eventually try to develop back into the Gulf, right? So this is the American model showing that. But all the other models and what I'm seeing in the environment is, yes, showing a lot of rain building, which is something to watch, but shifting it a little bit more back to the west.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Hello, my people. Make sure you tune in to Sit, Sip, and Chat every Monday at 5 p.m. on TV 15 and every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m.
And make sure tune in to the Late Night Show with Andrew Dick from Monday to Friday at 10 p.m. with a repeat in the afternoon for no reason. In the afternoon, the Late Night Show at 3 p.m. Thank you, TV 15.
Thank you, TV 15. Make sure to tune in
Make sure to tune in to the Late Night.
and Sit, Sip, and Chat.
Late Night.
On June 4th, 2025, the Ministry of Finance hosted a well-received tax filing workshop for civil servants aimed at improving understanding of the income tax process. Led by the Tax Assessment Officer Marlon Quidama, the session offered step-by-step guidance on filing taxes correctly. Around 85 civil servants attended the interactive event, which allowed for questions and provided practical insights. Feedback was overwhelmingly positive, with participants praising the clarity and usefulness of the presentation. The ministry thanked Mr. Quidama for his engaging approach and announced that a similar session for the public is scheduled for June 11th. That session is already fully booked, reflecting strong interest in tax education. The Ministry of Finance says more workshops are planned as part of its ongoing effort to promote financial literacy and improve tax compliance across the island.
Member of Parliament Shamira Roseburg is advancing a judicial reform aimed at improving fairness and consistency in St. Maarten's legal system. The key proposal is to allow 3 judge panels instead of a single judge to rule on complex or high-impact cases in the court of first instance. This change would bring St. Maarten in line with Dutch legal standards, enhancing checks and balances and reducing bias in serious cases. Our people deserve equal legal protection, MP Roseburg said. The proposal also includes a legal amendment to formally establish the Small Claims Court in national law, giving it a firmer legal footing and expanding access to justice in lower value civil disputes. While implementing multi-judge panels will involve cost and coordination, especially within the Shared Gemeenschappelijk Hof van Justitie, MP Roseburg insists it's a necessary investment in justice and public trust. The legislative proposal is currently under review by the President of the Joint Court. Once feedback is incorporated, it will move through the Social and Economic Council, SER, and Council of Advice, and then to Parliament for debate. This is about more than procedure, it's about justice for the people, Roseburg said. She urges citizens to stay informed and engage, because your rights matter. MP Veronica Jansen-Webster has praised Dr. Randall Friday and Dr. Sharina Fleming for major healthcare advancements in St. Maarten. On June 2nd, Dr. Friday launched the island's first intrauterine insemination service, IUI, offering a more affordable fertility option through a partnership with the Palm Beach Fertility Center. Meanwhile, Dr. Fleming's team at SLS opened a new pathology cytology department, allowing faster cancer diagnostics on island, led by cytologist Patrice Witt. These are vital steps toward better, more accessible healthcare, said MP Jansen-Webster, applauding both doctors for their leadership and vision.
On June 5th, 2025, Group 8 students from the Mary Genevieve, the Weever School, visited the House of Parliament as a part of an educational field trip. The visit began with a presentation by Acting Secretary General Jessica Duzong Weeks, explaining Parliament's role. Students then took part in a quiz and a mock parliamentary meeting taking on roles such as MPs, ministers, and Secretary General. Topics discussed, suggested by students, included health and wellness, cultural identity, teachers' salary, bike accidents, and youth support services. The session was chaired by MP Franklin Myers and supported by other MPs and parliamentary staff. Students ended the visit with a Q&A session and a group photo.
The deadline to submit 2024 income tax return forms A and B has been extended to June 30th, 2025. Invitations are being sent by regular mail. If you don't receive one, you must request it. Forms are available online at the Government of St. Martin's website. Taxpayers must submit forms in person at the Tax Administration Office located in the Vineyard Building. Online or email submissions are not accepted. For proof of submission, bring a copy to be stamped. Taxpayers who need an extension must request it before June 30th, 2025.
Guess what? I got an idea. It's amazing. You see how we have the link sharing all everywhere?
QR link,
the
yeah.
QR link.
Yeah.
Raw Caribbean Channel app. Yeah. You're welcome. Put it in the back.
But it's not an app though. It's not an app. App, you have to like download something to get it on your phone, take up space. It's not an app.
It's like an app. Therefore, it can be an app. So, it's an app. Raw Caribbean TV app. Say it with me, Al. Come on.
It's not an app though. All you gotta do with that, it's a link. You take the link, you hit the bookmark, you say add to home screen, and so it shows up like an app icon, but it's not an app though.
Are you a real person? It is an app because you get to watch all the programs from Raw Caribbean at one place. It is an app.
I don't know how to explain this to you, but factually and technically, it's not an app. Kind of like we do the news, facts,
Yeah.
and you do that thing you do.
Whoa.
Point being, you just go to the QR, you hit bookmarks, and you hit add to home screen, and then you can have the link to, let's give it another name.
The app.
You want to call it the app?
Raw Caribbean TV app.
Jess.
Yes.
Jess, please, give some sense, Jess. Jess.
It's kind of like an app.
That's why she gets the big bucks.
It's not an app, though. It's not a f***ing app. What the f***? It's not a f***ing app.
Ooh, you kiss your mother with her mouth? My God. Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Yes.
It's not an app, though.
The Sint Maarten Carnival Development Foundation, SCDF, has extended Carnival 2026 by 1 full week to celebrate its 55th anniversary in grand style. The festival will now run from April 10th to May 5th, 2026, with pre-carnival events starting in March, offering over a month of non-stop cultural celebration. SCDF said the move reflects overwhelming public demand and desire to reintroduce traditional events and competitions. The people want more, and we're ready to give it to them, SCDF stated, promising more music, culture, and sweet Sint Maarten energy. Carnival 55 will see expanded programming, greater visibility, and deeper partnership with government and the private sector. SCDF urges all revelers to book early and prepare for an unforgettable milestone celebration.
St. Maarten's rich culture and culinary heritage were proudly showcased both internationally and locally in the last weeks. Last weekend on May 31st and June 1st, St. Maarten was well represented at Taste World Fest, Caribbean Edition 2025 in Rotterdam. Thousands gathered at Princeton Park to enjoy Caribbean cuisine, music, and dance. St. Maarten entrepreneurs made a strong impression, including Framing Culture by Sean York, Modern Comfort by Richardson, Cocktail Shanti by Shanti Van Putten, and Zuli's Cookies by Zuli Batista, sharing not only their products but the spirit of the island. The festival was described by visitors as a true Caribbean experience. Yesterday, Sunday, June 8th, the island continued the celebration with the 23rd annual Fish Day in Galli's Bay, Sint Maarten. This beloved event honors local fishermen and maritime traditions with seafood, cultural displays, music, and workshops. Families, locals, and visitors enjoyed a vibrant day filled with community pride and intergenerational exchange. From Rotterdam to Galli's Bay, St. Maarten continues to share its flavor, heart, and heritage with the world. SXM DOET recently celebrated its 11th year of promoting community spirit and volunteerism with the successful completion of 97 projects across the island. Despite heavy rain during the official weekend, May 16 to 17, more than 1,500 volunteers helped make a lasting impact, with 26 rain-affected projects rescheduled and completed by June 7th. From assisting vulnerable groups and running soup kitchens to beautifying spaces and painting murals, this year's project showcased the diversity and reach of SXM DOET. Volunteers from all sectors, including government, parliament, and the private sector, played a key role in strengthening community ties. Special thanks were extended to the volunteer coaches and coordination team for their critical behind-the-scenes work. The weather changed our schedule, but not our spirit or impact, said the organizers. SXM DOET invites everyone to continue giving back through volunteer.sx and looks forward to building an even stronger St. Maarten in the years ahead. For more, visit sxmdoet.com or email info.sxmdoet@gmail.com.
The Caribbean Gilder Coin Series has been named a finalist for the 2025 Excellence in Currency Award, an honor presented by the International Association of Currency Affairs, IACA, to highlight innovation and excellence in the currency industry. Selected in the category of Best New Coin Series, the Caribbean Gilder was one of 3 finalists alongside South Africa's 4th Decimal Coin Series and the winning €2 commemorative coin for the Paris 2024 Olympics Games. The announcement was made on May 28, 2025 during the International Currency Conference in Bangkok, Thailand, which gathered over 400 industry professionals. This recognition celebrates the collaboration between Curaçao and St. Maarten, as well as the craftsmanship of the Royal Canadian Mint, which produced the coins. Officials praised the acknowledgement as a testament to quality and teamwork behind the Caribbean Gilder development. IACA, a global nonprofit established in 2004, supports innovation and best practices across the currency cycle, with members including central banks, suppliers, and financial institutions worldwide. That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Maarten News Desk.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. on TV 15, and then across all social media. I'm Ulster Lawrence.
And I'm Jacinda Lassiter, wishing you and you an amazing week. See you next time.
And guess what? Stay friendly.
St. Maarten.